Hello everybody, welcome to FemFlex Friday. I am Alina Popa and my co-host today is Lenda Murray. And today we have decided to bring up a topic to you, which I don't know if it's not necessarily controversial, right? But it's we want to talk about how bodybuilding changed our life, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, Lenda is 8-time Miss Olympia, I'm a world champion, and we've been doing it for a very long time. We have achieved quite a lot in our careers. Mm-hmm. So we were sitting and talking one day, and then we realized that we actually have a story because we are where we are because of bodybuilding, right?
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
we started at some point, for some reasons, we continued, and here we are. And we don't know where we're gonna end, but I think that we have pretty good stories. So Lenda, you wanna share your story with
excellent
us?
Stories. Well, I think it's quite interesting, Alina, because I'm sitting here. Let's see, gosh, I started this back in the mid 80s, and I can go all the way back to being in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
And I graduated from Henry Ford High School, and I remember studying French, and I studied French at Western Michigan University for 4 years. But honestly, I really did not believe for 1 second that I would ever go to Paris.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, why am I learning French? Like, what's, and then I think I'll never travel the world. And here I've already been to Romania twice. I'm sitting here with you.
So everything in between your high school and sitting here, it was bodybuilding, right?
That's right. And bodybuilding is the reason. I mean, pretty much I was able to travel the world. I've been to Paris, I've been to Romania, I've been to New Zealand, I've been to Germany, all throughout Germany. I've been to Australia, I've been to China, I've been to places like is it at Edinburgh? Not Edinburgh. I keep trying to, everywhere. All over the world.
What determined you to start? Like, what would you consider to be the starting point of you literally dedicating yourself to lifting weights?
Really, the starting point for me, just really being an athlete, and that's what I love about this sport of bodybuilding, the sport of fitness, figure, bikini, is that through 4 years of college as a cheerleader, and then going on to be a professional cheerleader with the USFL, like I had another place to go. I was always a strong woman. I always wanted to compete.
Okay.
Like, I'm very competitive. I came into this world really being competitive, and I was a little bit lost after professional cheerleading and thinking, okay, where am I gonna go now? And then I met my first bodybuilder at Powerhouse Gym in Detroit, Michigan. And the physique was so unique. I had been around all kind of athletes, professional NFL athletes, and I had never seen a bodybuilder with a tush that you could take a pop bottle and sit on. That was my first thought. I was like, oh my God. Like,
so you wanted to be that?
Yeah.
You wanted to achieve it?
I did. I connected everything that I had done in my past, and I knew I was disciplined. I knew I could weight train and do all that. The diet was the hardest part, but once I got that, it was on and popping.
And at what point did you realize that you are quite successful at it? When did you realize that, hey, I'm actually good at it and I have a chance, I have a shot at going somewhere?
I think I realized I really had a shot at it. It took me 4 years before I won the Michigan.
Okay.
And I didn't really feel like I had a shot at it at that point. I think I started to realize it when I went on to the Junior Nationals in '89. And then that same year in September, I went on to the North American, won the North American, and then that's when I kind of had a sense, because I had started to put everything together that's needed to do well in bodybuilding, and the diet, the weight training, maintaining muscle, just losing body fat, and kind of understanding that and bringing my cheerleading career into it and performing on the stage. And so that's when it started to happen for me. So what about you?
Well,
what about you?
Yes, well, you know, and if you didn't know by my accent already, I'm from Romania.
Yes, I do.
Right, so I totally believe that, you know, the bodybuilding has changed my life quite a lot, because I was destined to be an English and Romanian teacher, right, back in Romania, so I had that option. But then I started lifting weights and started competing and being a bodybuilder. And I particularly remember this thing because back in the day, this was before college. In high school, in Romania, we have a high school that's called athletics, sports high school, right? So you go there and pretty much all you do is like all kinds of disciplines and all kinds of sports, and you do just that. And there is some, you know, there's like the math and whatever other languages, the Romanian and other disciplines, sciences, but they are not like, athletes are not expected, so, or the students in the high school were not expected to study as much because they were doing sports. Most of them were competitive athletes, right, in different sports. So at that point I was doing track and field, and when I told my mom that I actually wanted to do you know, the sports high school, she said, absolutely not. You need to go to a good, you know, high school, and then you're going to go to college, because you're not going to do anything with the sport in your life.
Right.
So that's the interesting part. My mom is like, you're not going to do sport because you cannot make money with the sport. You're not going to have a career. Sport is going to take you nowhere. You need to go to study and have a job. So that's what I did. I mean, I didn't go to the high school. I went to a high school, and then I went to college. I finished college. And as I was in college, I started bodybuilding. And then here I am, making a living with bodybuilding.
Making a living.
Unfortunately, my mom doesn't speak English, but I would tell her, hey, Mom, you were wrong.
You were wrong, yeah. Well,
right? So
follow your passion, you know?
Absolutely. So I competed a few years in Romania, and then I got married, and I moved to Switzerland, and I competed in Switzerland, and then I got divorced, and I moved to United States because this is where the shows were, and I was a professional athlete at that point, so I wanted to be where things are. And then a few years later, I am where I am, you know. I'm working as you do, you know, with Wings of Strength, and we are so blessed to be able to continue the legacy of female bodybuilding, you know,
really are.
And helping everything moving, helping, bringing our own influence, right? So definitely I wouldn't have been at this point in my life if I didn't do bodybuilding. I would have been, again, a teacher, and I always like to just joke and say, you know, like, I would be a teacher in Romania with a tiny little matchbox for an apartment with 2 or 3 kids and a drunker husband.
I get it.
And unhappy. So that was the option, right?
Yeah. You know, it's...
so it definitely changed my life quite a lot. Quite a lot. And
it did, definitely.
the reason I started is because I was very athletic. And I had a lot of energy, and I was really good at track and field. You know, I would do hundreds, and I was really good and fast. You know, even hurdles. I mean, it was kind of like I was still strong and big. You know,
right.
But I love sports, and I think I found myself home lifting weights and belonging to the culture. Right. So, to what degree, I want to ask you now something. To what degree did passion play a role into this? And what would you define as, what are the elements that you would identify as part of that passion component?
Yeah, you know, I think that this is really an important topic. First of all, passion's everything. And see, I think what people have to really understand is that with passion means that we didn't do this for money.
Okay.
You know, not really.
Well, there's always the passion for money too.
Money's a beautiful thing. Money is a beautiful thing, and when you have the passion for something, it could be something really simple. Riches definitely come. They come in a variety of different ways. It could be actually money that you put in your bank, or rich in a different type of way. But you know, I often have people approach me. I'm in the health and fitness business. A person will approach me with some kind of thing that they're selling. Oh, this is a pen that when you write with it, you lose 5 pounds. Something. Who knows? I don't know.
Can I have it?
Yeah. You lose 5 pounds.
Okay.
Right? So for me,
I need to like 5 lines.
Yes.
Sorry, keep on.
No. You get it though. Like, you'll buy it. I'll buy the pen from you. But that's not what I don't sell. I'm not passionate about this. I don't sell pens. So passion, no matter what happens, you keep getting up. If you're selling this pen and you're really passionate about it, because people come up to me and I'm like, okay, talk to me in 3 months. Because a lot of times in 3 months, they don't even remember they were selling the pen. So I'll buy the pen from you, but I'm not going, that's not what I do. So it took me to get to my, like I said again, to really understand the importance of passion, because passion means that regardless of the hurdles, you're going to keep getting over that hurdle. You'll fall down, you get up again. You fall down, you get up again. You just keep, for Michigan State, it took me 4 times before I won the Michigan State title. I mean, it's a lot of things, you know. So what about you? What is passion? How important is passion in what you do? You feel in what people do and that are successful?
I think I became passionate about this sport because I really like literally the act of lifting. The act of lifting weights and being in control of my own body, of the way I look. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but gaining strength, you know, like you have more confidence, you feel stronger, you go through the world in that. So I became passionate about that process, you know, that process and that result and the way it reflected back on my life, and it gave me strength as I was doing it. Yeah. So it was a continuous give and take through this passion, right? Yeah. I'm putting in the work and I'm getting out the results. I love the results, therefore they motivate me to put even more work so I get better results. So it just keeps on going down the hill, right? Like a snowball. So that's what motivated me. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, it took me quite a long time to realize that I'm good at this, you know. I remember my first trainer and my first show, and he was powerlifting trainer. So at that time, in that little corner in 1999 in Romania, we didn't have a lot of knowledge, right? The internet was just being invented.
Yes.
And he didn't know a lot, so he said, I don't know. He's like, we're gonna have to get you in front of the judges to see kind of like how good you are, because I don't know how to tell you how good you are. He never prepared a bodybuilder in his life before, so I remember this particular thing because it was like, okay, the judges will rate you in a certain way, and then we're going to figure out how good you are at it or not. So I was pretty good, and then I just kept on doing it, and then I turned pro. I think it took me like 9 years to turn pro. And then I got on the pro stage, and I realized that the judges like me and that I'm good the moment when they started placing me good. I think it was my first, the second Arnold that I attended, and I got 3rd. So it was not until I got success that I realized that I actually can take it farther, right? So from that point, of course, it was always the idea of, you know, getting the #1 in the world title. So I'm really grateful that I managed to achieve that, you know. But it took me quite a while. Because sometimes you don't see yourself, you know, so you don't realize what you do. And I'm also, I did these preps. I'm not gonna lie that they were easy preps, right? But I always said that I don't want to become obsessed. and
Yeah.
I want to keep a balance. So I want to live my life and I want to enjoy my life, and bodybuilding has a role in it, but it's not going to define me. It's not going to turn me into a bodybuilder. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
as I was going, I kept on lifting because I like to do it, and I just wanted to keep a positive look and have a good life, and then I knew that bodybuilding would help it, right? And I would be successful in that as well. So that's pretty much how it started. And
yeah.
again, I'm here because of that, and I wouldn't have been here if I didn't do bodybuilding.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I would have been again in Romania with a drunkard husband, 2 kids,
Yes, yes.
and
I
going to school.
understand. I understand. Oh, yeah, I know. So it's, I think the moral of the story is really about the importance of passion. And if you're a competitive person, which I think competition is an important component of success, whether it be in business or in athletics. The key is don't just follow any little thing that comes along. Really take some time and evaluate and recognize what you really feel strongly about. And if you feel strongly about it, I mean, it's really there, it's in your heart. It doesn't matter if it's not popular or it's, not the most, famous thing, because back then in the 80s, bodybuilding and being muscular definitely wasn't popular. I know all my cheerleading friends thought that I had to really be losing my mind.
Yeah.
But I followed that. And now, I don't know, 40 years later, I'm sitting here working with Wings of Strength and doing things that most cheerleaders wanted to do, is be models. So follow your passion, ladies. Follow your passion, and you'll always have success.
Absolutely. And thank you for being wonderful at showing us how to do it.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys for being with us for this episode as well, and hope to see you at our next episode of FemFlex Friday.